Hello guys, so here we are again to the second question of the BB Contest 36, and let me thank you to the user that told me about OBS Studio. I'm now using it, so you don't need to see that Movavi trial watermark. So this question: a word using same keycard 3 or more times in a 1 hour period. This is a big title for a VidCode question, probably the biggest VidCode title. And what this means is that the simulation in here is a company has many workers. Each worker has a unique name, and the worker enters the office multiple times a day. And when we have a worker that um, passes the card 3 times or more in 1 hour, we have to alert that user. So this is the general goal the of the question: alert people that uses the keycard more than 3 times in 1 hour. So there are a few things that we need to pay attention. One of them is that we are using the 24 hours time format. So we go from 0000 to 2359. The next thing that is important to notice is that, as they say in here, when we go from one day to another, it is not considered to be in the same hour. Okay, so a client that enters at this time and another that enters at this time, this is not equivalent to the same hour. Okay, because as they say in here, this is equivalent only to a single day. So if you have data from one user that is from midnight and from 23 or 11 p.m., they are spread by multiple hours. Okay, so this is what it means, this note. And the other very important note is to see that 10 and 11 are within 1 hour period. Okay, so that's the valuable things that you should keep in your mind in the time to create this solution. In terms of approaches, there are a couple of approaches that could be taken here. I decided for one of them, and it probably wasn't the most efficient. When I was thinking in this solution, I thought in just doing something very manual and comparing the intervals for each user and see if they are in 1 hour period and do something very manual, or to use an algorithm. And I decided to take the algorithm path, although it wasn't like the most efficient, but I knew it would work. So the strategy that I used for this exercise was to use sweepline algorithm. Okay, so I will try to explain you what I mean with that. So imagine you have a user that enters at 10 and then at 10:15, and then at 10:21. Imagine this scenario. The sweep point algorithm, what it does is to mark 10. Okay, now I would mark the expiral of this hour, and the expiral would be 11 and 1. Okay, and I mark 11 and 1 with -1. Then the next interval is 10:15. What I would do, I would mark 10:15 with 1, and I would mark 11:16 with -1, and then 10:21 I mark with 1, and I would put 11:22. I hope this is still caught on the screen. So that's it. Okay, I will drag this just in case. So you got the picture, right? We mark the start of the interval and we mark the end of the interval. And as per the requirement, starting from 10, 11 still is inside the hour period. So after doing this job for the user X, we will do a cumulative sum between all the minutes between, and we will be able to see if at any moment the user had reached the limit of 3 or more. So the next step would be 10 in 1, we put another one, 10 in 2, 10 in 3, 10 in 4, 10 in 10, 10 in 11, 10 in 12, so until 10 and 15 we always add one entry only. Okay, but this is a cumulative sum, and all these values in between have zeros, so when we get to 10:15, which was one of the starting points of which was one of the times in which the user entered, we will cumulate and it will become 2. Okay, so within 1 hour we had 10 and 10:15. Okay, 2 entries. Now we continue with this, and we will see more ones like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And sorry, this is not 1, but will be 2. Okay, will be 2. And this is our cumulative sum until 10:20. And in 10:21 we had another entry, so we accumulate, we sum, and we found something that we need to alert. Okay, so this would continue with with 3, okay, but we stop the iteration here, but this would continue. And here at 11 and 1 minute, we are freed from this our period expires. So we subtract -1 and we get 2, and from now on we get only 2's. And when we get to 11 16, this one is also not in the same doesn't count anymore for the hour, so it becomes 1 from here on. And again at 11:22, this one doesn't count anymore, so from there on 0. Okay, so this is the main logic for solving this problem, doing sweep line algorithm. And there are a couple of challenges more, because this is a string, right? And I used an array. Okay, I used an array to represent this for each user. Okay, every time I process a user, I create this array, and I will populate it with the entry times, okay, and then I will cumulate. But I need a sort of mapping that will tell me the where to put 10 hours, where to put 10 and a half, where to put 10 and 21. And the way I used it is to do hour times 60 plus minutes. Okay, and using this formula I can map to this array, and this array contains all minutes of the day. Okay, so in the first position you have midnight. Okay, the next position is equivalent to midnight and 1 minute, and so forth. Okay, so there are 140, well, no, 1,440 entries. So from here, so there are this number of entries that you need to process. Okay, and it's about it. Then you do that check to see if at any given point you get to 3, and then you pass. If you find a user that has 3 or more words, you add it to a list, and then in the end you sort the list and return the result. It's as simple as this. So from here, let's see how the code looks like. So this is the solution, okay, that I used, and it starts with defining an hash map which will have each worker name and the entry times. Okay, so the first step is to map the names and the entry times. Then the second step is for each user we will create that array which all the minutes of the day, and we will see the time. We will mark the time in the given array for each user. So we parse the time for an array that has minutes and hours. Then from here we get the array position by doing the math that we talk later before. Then we increase the starting time, and then we are going to find what is the end time. Okay, and this is for the first rule. If the end time is in the next day, we continue, we will not mark it. But if the end, well, this is our specifics, like if you have a situation like this one, 9:59, we need to mark an hour later plus 1 minute, and we have to do the correct time, or the usual logic is to increment hour by 1 and increment the time with the minutes by 1, and you get this. And this is only 1 minute after, so this is not 1 hour later plus 1 minute. We need to do something more, which is to increment 1 hour more. Okay, this is what is written in here. So it starts in here, ends in here, and it is free. It no longer counts after, which is in here. Okay, so it's what you can find here. So you find this end position, and then you decrement the end. Okay, just like I told you here, you have the starting position that you mark with 1, and the end position, which is 1 hour plus 1 minute, you mark it with -1, so that you can accumulate and have the current in each minute, and past this time it is 0 again. Hope this has been clear enough. And for all the other cases, there is no special treatment. Okay, so this is why we increase the hour 2 times. Okay, because it's from 9 to 10 and from 10 to 11, and the minutes is 0. And here is just the normal case, and we increase hour by 1 and we increase minutes by 1. Okay, 1 hour and 1 minute more. So yeah, that's it. Then after we do this marking, what we need to do, we need to do cumulative sum, and that's what we do here. And if we find a sum which is equal or greater than 3, we add this worker to the list, and we break the for loop. There is no need to continue. And then we do this for all the members, and in the end you sort the list and you return it. Okay, so get time is as simple as splitting the string and return an array, and that's about it, about my solution. Okay, hope you have enjoyed. Let's run it. It is slow, and I know why it is slow. Okay, I know why it is slow. I know why it is slow, but it is an approach and it could be improved, but it was what I was able to come up with the pressure of the moment.